Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. c4 builds a strong center by controlling the important d5 square and creates a square for the knight to come to c3 without blocking the c-pawn. e6 opens up a line for the dark-squared bishop and prepares to castle quickly. Knight c3 develops the knight to fight for the e4 square and to control d5. In the Nimzo-Indian defense, bishop b4 pins the knight on c3, preventing it from moving or protecting e4, and threatens to trade, disrupting white's pawns after b takes c3. e3 supports the d4 pawn and allows the light-squared bishop and queen to develop. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Bishop d3 develops the bishop, supports the e4 square, and keeps black guessing whether the knight will develop to f3 or e2. d5 takes space in the center, attacks the c4 pawn, and helps control the e4 square. a3 attacks the bishop on b4, forcing it to retreat or capture the knight on c3. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This moves the bishop to safety. White develops the knight and attacks the center, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. The knight is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured, the correct move to safety. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This creates space for the king to move in case it is attacked. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. This is the strongest option, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Moving the bishop gives black more flexibility in the middle game. Moving the rook gives white more flexibility in the middle game. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. A solid choice. Right on target. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. Very precise. With the rook now developed as well, black has all pieces ready for action. This is the strongest option. A very strong play. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This threatens to win material through a fork. This misses a better way to centralize a knight, so it controls more squares. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Right on target. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trade. The clearly correct move for a threatened pawn. One of the best moves. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This threatens to win material through a tactic. This overlooks an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. This forces the opponent to isolate a pawn. This is an equal trade, a straightforward recapture. This wins a tempo by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This moves the queen to safety. This is not the right idea. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. The game was close to equal, but now white is in a losing position. This threatens to tactically win a knight. Very precise. Now white can't stop black from winning a knight if they make the right move. This wins a knight. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking knight. Capturing while sacrificing the knight was the right idea. That was a free knight. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. Ignoring the threat on the knight, a difficult move to see. This overlooks an opportunity to win material through a tactic. This is the only move that works. This steps away from the checking queen. After all captures, this is an equal trade. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. This is the only good move. This passed pawn is a strong asset for black. This evades the check from the pawn. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This threatens to eventually win a rook. A solid choice. This defends the attacked pawn. This pins a pawn, which restricts its mobility. This wins time by threatening a rook and forcing it to move away. This moves the rook to safety. This misses an opportunity to eventually win a pawn. This threatens to checkmate the king. Right on target. A very strong play. This is a fair move. This evades the check from the queen. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. This wins material. This captures a bishop and eliminates a threat. That was a free queen. This removes the attacking rook. That pawn was free for the taking, pushing a passed pawn. The passed pawn moves towards its goal.